Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast, the show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning, all. Welcome to Habari Live, another episode. I think it's episode 48 for the year. It's been a great year, man, a long year. We've done a lot of great episodes, but this is going to be another great one. We want to welcome everyone to Habari Live. What's up, Jimmy?
Yo.
He's back. You know, he's in and out. Busy man. We got Iesha in the house.
Morning.
And today we have a very, very, very special guest, author and of a children's book. Let's introduce yourself to everyone for you.
Okay. Hi.
Hello. And what's your
I
name?
wait for the applause.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Shamirrah Hill. I help parents and educators to empower children to overcome social and emotional challenges and equip them for lifelong success. And I do that through children's books, through workshops, assemblies, professional development, speaking engagements. So I'm really honored to be here today. I'm excited to talk about some of the work I'm doing, as well as my newest social emotional learning book called Shayna's Greatest Gift.
Yeah, the book is lovely. It's really beautiful. It's a beautiful book. If you can see here in the shot, the middle shot, you can see a look at the book. We were able to Iesha was able to meet you before, go down and get us a signed copy for our daughter and everything. And I was really thankful for you for doing that. That was absolutely amazing.
How old is
And
your daughter?
She's one.
Okay.
So she'll grow into it.
Okay.
But it's for her. So you know what I'm saying? She'll always have it. And I thought that was dope. So let me get into this real fast. What was you had a book signing last time? Is that what you guys went to?
It was a pre-launch party. So my book became available for pre-orders in September, but the official release date is November 1st. And so where Iesha and I met in person was at the pre-launch party. We did an exclusive early access event at Grassroots Bookstore where we got to do some fun creative activities and a reading of the book and a signing and just kind of celebrate the upcoming launch with the local community here in Phoenix.
That is awesome. And that's what it's about. It's about, doing what you can to help out in the community and making a difference. Give me 1 second, man.
Your phone is over here on the floor.
Did the recording
Go
stop?
to a commercial.
Oh.
I ain't no help.
Bloopers.
All right. Thank you for coming in, like I said. And you are I have no notes, so I don't know anything. So let me go over it real
I can
fast.
tell you whatever you want to know. I can give you some general background information.
And and you have the greatest grift story about overcoming insecurities, right? That's the main thing the book is about.
The main message of the book is you shine the brightest by being yourself, not by trying to be like someone else.
Okay.
So that's when you're the most powerful, the most impactful, the most alive and energetic, when you can be your authentic self and you love your unique gifts, your unique talents as a part of loving yourself. And, so basically spend your energy on embracing your own gifts and embracing who you are and being the best version of you instead of envying and wanting to be like someone else.
Did you have an inspiration for the book that came out of this book? Was there a person that inspired you to write it, or?
Not any particular person. It was just kind of looking at some images actually that kind of just sparked an idea.
Wow.
And I just went from there. Like there was like a collection of illustrations and there was like a challenge that we were doing to see if anyone wanted to just write their own story based off of the illustrations.
Wow.
And so I was going to attempt to do that. But I at that time I felt like it was kind of limiting my creativity because my mind was taking me somewhere else. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to just write on these illustrations because I have a whole nother idea in my head now. So I ended up just writing a whole new book.
Wow. And who is your illustrator? Who did your illustrations for you?
So my husband and I own a company called DG Self Publishing, and we
Okay.
actually have our own team of illustrators.
Wow.
We help authors turn their manuscripts into completed, published, high quality children's books.
Oh,
So it
that
was
is
actually our
awesome.
own team that was able to handle that.
Wow. That's dope. That's really dope. As you guys they did an awesome job. It looks magnificent and everything is drawn. It's absolutely creative and very, very beautiful. I'm an artist myself, so I definitely thought the art was really, really great.
Thank you.
So you yourself, you were a teacher?
Yes. So for many years, I worked as a teacher.
Mhm.
I did K through 12 theater, well, different performing arts. So it was acting, dance. I did pantomime. I did directing. I
Wow.
did step team. I did physical theater. So
Right.
I've just always been involved in the arts. Like I actually started when I was still in middle school, but teaching younger
Wow.
kids dance and stuff like that. So I've
Yeah.
always done it. And then I did it full time in the schools.
Mhm.
And then I transitioned from being a full-time teacher to now I go into schools and I do workshops.
Wow.
And so I'm able to help educators to incorporate social emotional learning and the arts into their curriculum, whether
Wow.
they have a full-time theater teacher on staff or not. It can be
Yeah.
incorporated into any class.
That is amazing. You went to Howard University.
Yes.
Wow.
HU.
And you went
No.
Yes.
That's pretty dope, man. I mean, for real. I mean, you've you definitely have a dope history, and where you've been is amazing. And you went to NYU also and studied theater.
Yes.
So were you
Mhm.
always into the theater, to the arts? Did you always want to become an actor, or what was your plans that you had laid in your mind?
I've always had a passion for the arts,
Hmm.
and I I think my initial plan was so I started off studying psychology
Wow.
at Howard because I just wanted to help people, but I didn't realize how much like research and stuff and spreadsheets
Right.
and data and
Right.
all that stuff was
Man.
involved. I'm like, I need to be free. I need to be somewhere spinning
Man.
around and expressing myself. I got to get out
Right.
of this cubicle. So I realized that wasn't for me. And then I changed my major to theater.
Mm.
So with a specific focus in directing.
Wow.
And so that was my plan, was to direct. I wrote and directed plays in New York and DC.
Wow.
And that was my plan. But I was like, okay, I need to do something on the side while I'm building this.
Right.
And that's how I started teaching. But I realized that teaching is not something you just do on the side.
Right. It's full
It's
time.
like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
all encompassing. It takes everything. It takes a whole lot of commitment and time and energy. So that's how I was able to realize, okay, to be most effective, this is
Man.
the best path for me. I can reach more people. I can be more effective, and I can focus on like my specific gifts as
Mhm.
opposed to all of the additional stuff that's involved where you can't even focus on teaching sometimes.
Right. Right. Hey, that's amazing, really. That's amazing. And where you've been is that's really exciting. And for people to go out and just reach their dreams. And
Yeah.
that's what it's about. Just seeing people like you and talking to people like you who have just sat down and said, this is what I want to do, and I'm going after it.
Right.
Instead of
Right.
talking about it, you made it done. Your book is in print. It looks beautiful and people can buy it. And I think it's really exciting. You know what I mean? Because that's what we're here to do, to make things happen. And we've been
Right.
doing that throughout history.
Absolutely. And that's a big part of social emotional learning, which is
Mhm.
something I'm passionate about, is self-efficacy, like being able to set goals
That's
and
real.
achieve them. And
Yep.
part of that is having confidence,
Yep.
believing in
That's real.
yourself. And
Yep.
if you're hindered by fear and self-doubt and insecurity,
Mhm.
it's less likely that you'll actually create a vision for yourself and then go after it.
Right.
So it's leading by example, is getting out of my comfort zone, doing
Mhm.
things that may seem scary at first
Right.
and things like that, and showing the children, like, just like I'm doing it, you can do it too.
That's real. And that's pretty much the overall message of the book, right? It's
Mhm.
just defeating insecurities, defeating
Mhm.
how things may make you feel or how
Right.
you may look, just getting out of that box and becoming a stronger person because of those things,
Mhm.
which is always good for kids to learn, especially, kids in this age. It's tough because you get in school, you start seeing these other kids. They may have more than you, or
Right.
they may look prettier than you, or whatever the situation is. It's good to feel good about yourself, or you can be able to defeat those things and become a stronger person.
Right.
It's tough. We all know how tough it is.
Yeah, and, like, even for adults, like, there's
Mhm.
discussion questions in the book that talks about, like, the insecurity and the jealousy and kind
Yeah.
of
Yep.
working through that, and a lot of adults have been like, "Wow, this is, like, really good for me
Yeah.
too."
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's, like, a lot of like, with this book and my previous book, it's, like, even though they're for children,
Mhm.
they're really helpful for adults.
They're helpful
Yeah.
because, especially in the social media age, when everybody's putting their best foot forward, and
Right.
people get confused and think, oh, these people are perfect. Their life is perfect. They're perfect. No one's perfect. Everyone has problems. Everyone has issues. So, how are you defining your target audience? What is your definition of your target audience?
My target audience is the parents and educators who share my same value
Mhm.
of social and emotional development. Like
Okay.
they're the ones who want their children and students to have great communication, excuse me, communication skills,
Right.
relationship skills, to be
Mhm.
able to set goals and achieve them, to be able to identify and manage their emotions, to
Mhm.
be able to develop their social skills, all those things that are
Right.
involved in social emotional learning. It's the parents and educators who want that for their
Mhm.
children and their students, because I help them as they help their children and students.
That's
And
amazing.
specifically, I'm talking about the parents and educators of elementary school children ages
Yeah.
5 to 9.
Yep. And that's, like I said, that's an important age because you're starting school.
Hmm.
You're in, starting to get into these social concepts. You're starting to be around other people. You're starting to realize other people and how they're living and how the differences between how you live.
Right.
And then you may start becoming insecure. These things happen at a young age, believe it or not.
Right.
Things start happening. We start defining what's who's tough and who's this at that early age.
Hmm.
Kids are already doing that, believe it or not. So
Yeah.
it's definitely good to learn exactly how to defeat these things. And it's not saying that the thing is going to be perfect, but this is a good way to learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it helps them with their academic success as
Hmm.
well, because it's hard to even like focus on
That's
the
real.
math and things like that if
Hmm.
you got all these internal things going on, if you're not mentally and emotionally doing okay,
That's
if you
real.
don't feel safe
That's real.
because you got stuff going on with your classmates, and
Hmm.
you know what I mean.
Yep.
So and then not only that, but it's setting them up for success after school, because once
Hmm.
they get out there into the job force and they're looking to build their career or find
Right.
a job, like,
Right.
yes, the employers would want them to know how to like add and spell and things like
That's
that, but
real.
they also want people who know how to get along with their coworkers
Man,
and treat people with
that's real.
respect and consideration, and
It's the
use critical
utmost.
thinking, be responsible, show up on time, don't
Man,
make excuses. Like
right.
it's all those skills that will set them
The
up for
utmost.
lifelong success in the classroom and out of the classroom.
Man, that is for real. That is 100% real.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you in the real world, people don't realize. I know that people are like, "Oh, I'm antisocial. I don't deal with this. I don't want to talk to these people. I don't want." You can't take that into a job and think that you're going to get ahead in life.
Right.
You was talking about it. You want to go into the office and put your headphones on and put your head down and do your work. That's fine for a little while, but you're going to have to network. You're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to
Hmm.
communicate. Communication is the key to any job. You know what I mean? I've watched a guy, unfortunately this week he had to go because no one can communicate with this guy.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because communication is key. If no one can talk to you, how are we going to get along with you? So I
Right.
mean that's very, very important. And I also think about too myself, I when I was in school, you don't think you're gonna be good at things,
Hmm.
and that in turns make you don't want to try to do things because
Yeah.
you feel insecure because maybe you feel as though, oh, I'm black, so we don't succeed, we all fail and go to jail anyway, so why am I trying? Those type things need to be knocked out because kids have those things. I had them. I was like, why am I trying? I'm just gonna go to jail. That's what we do. None of us get do this, do that. We have to put inspiration in our children. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
they're gonna find the bad things and they're gonna gravitate those toward those.
And you said, so you believe that because that's what you were seeing in your environment, that
Correct.
right. And so that's why representation in children's literature is so crucial. Like Black children specifically are so underrepresented in children's
Hmm.
literature. And if all they see is jail and death
Right.
and, people not being successful, then
That's real.
their concept of what's possible for them is going to be limited.
That's real.
But when they see Black lawyers and
Hmm.
doctors and authors and
It means a
business
lot.
owners, right now it opens up a whole new world of
That's
possibility.
real.
Like, wow, this is possible for me too. And so that's why it's so important to be exposed to different things. And sometimes you won't even know what your gift is. Your
Hmm.
like hidden superpower is if you don't try it. Maybe you're an awesome tennis player, but nobody ever took you to a tennis court before.
That's real.
Like, so yeah, exposure is key. Representation is key.
It's key.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can do whatever you want to be. Say what?
I said I'm gonna start playing tennis too.
No, goodness.
Say that again.
I'm gonna start playing tennis too.
Okay.
Venus and Serena ain't gonna have nothing on me in a minute. Forehand, backhand, I know all that, huh?
Absolutely. Also, really, some thing that people have like been saying that they really enjoyed about this book is that it models like a healthy, strong, supportive family.
Okay.
And even though the book has nothing to do with race, just the fact that the main character and the family members are Black, it's a great model of what it looks like to be in a healthy, supportive
real.
family, because so many families are dealing with dysfunction and jealousy and abuse and all sorts of things that aren't healthy for the children or the adults. But again, it's the exposure. Once you see what that looks like to be supportive and healthy, and then it's like, okay, now you can create a vision for your family and then work towards that.
That's real. And it's very, very important. And that's why these type books are important. Movies are important. We need to start, I talk about it all the time. We have to start changing the music also. Our music can't just be defined by the bottom. The top has to start making good music. You know what I mean? We can't just be defined by people that's in the hood all the time. I understand that that's what a lot of us come from, but that's not representing everyone. Everyone is not represented in this music anymore. We all don't ride around with guns and shoot them up with the Draco anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some of us are living normal life, going to work. Why can't our music represent that? Why don't so much of the pop and music? I mean, I understand the young kids are what's setting the trends, but what are we listening to?
The
What is
same
it?
stuff they listen to.
I know, but it used to, if you think about it, I know, and that's ridiculous. And it used to be adult contemporary, adult this, adult that. What we have to come up with adult hip hop, adult something, because it's just getting ridiculous, man. We've been doing it for 30 years, shooting up everybody. Let's change the narrative, man. I've been trying to get. I talk about it all the time and won't stop talking about it because I think it's important. Yeah, some of it has to be that way, but all our top music cannot be violence.
The top 40 on the radio station.
I mean, we
is all
gotta
violent music.
let's change it up, man. Let's switch it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you never know the person who's gonna create the type of music you're talking about. It could be someone who is just on the other side of that. They just have to overcome
That's real.
those emotional things that are holding them back.
That's real.
To think that they're not capable.
Right.
But
And
they are the answer.
That's real.
They
And
need
we
to walk into
them.
their gift because there's a whole generation who needs to be impacted by the music that they're supposed to create. But they have to step into that and do it.
I mean, we have artists. Well, Lil Nas X, I don't hear him talking like that. I can't say that. But he's very controversial. But he's not violent. So it's tough. You know what I mean, for us out here, man. But I just wish more people would join in. So, what was some of the biggest challenges you faced writing the book?
The biggest challenge for me was creating the time and space to be able to focus on my writing process. Because as a writer, for me, I need to have like quiet, and be distraction free so I can just get into my zone and just flow.
Yeah.
So I can't have people coming in, talking to me, asking me questions and things like that when I'm trying to be in my flow.
Right.
And so what I had to do was just get up super early in the morning while my husband was still asleep and my baby was still asleep so I could have that time. It was during the pandemic, so going somewhere else wasn't an option. I just had to create that space in my home. So I would get up super early, even though I was tired, make myself some coffee, and then just get into my zone.
Wow.
And so that's how I was able to get it done and
awesome.
create that distraction-free zone for myself.
Yeah, it takes it because it's hard. I've been trying to write a book for like 6 years. I've taken the last 2 years off. I'm not gonna lie because it's been just building this and doing this and running the website and everything. It's been on the back burner. But for 5 years, I took time out through the week to write, sit down, but I'm still not done. So I know how hard it is and how much time and dedication it takes to get this done, and it's extremely tough. And, that's why we wanna give you a round of applause if I can find it.
Thank you.
Yeah, for your dedication and hard work. And we just like small business owners or people like you that are dedicated to themselves and to other people and other people's children and kids. and just making everything better for people. And I think that's pretty excellent. Let's take a quick break, Jimmy, while you over there falling asleep. And you should have got some sleep instead of paying $2K all night.
I went to bed like right when y'all did.
We went to bed pretty late, so
exactly right when y'all did.
Right. Get the commercial, man.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
Welcome back. And we got Shamirrah Hill, right?
Shamirrah Hill.
Shamirrah.
Yes.
Okay. I knew I was going to mess it up. But the author of Shayna's
Shayna's
I
Greatest
knew I was
Gift.
going to mess that up too. I tried. Shayna's Greatest Gift, the story about overcoming insecurities. And we've been talking to her about her book and going over everything. And it's really exciting. You want to make sure that that everybody can get a chance to go and buy the book and get this and put this in their collection. Can you tell the people where they can get it and what's the best places to reach you if they need to get it, and what's the best places to buy the book?
Sure. So you can reach me by going to authorshamirrahhill.com. All my different links are there. The book is available for pre-order there. The official release date is November 1st, but pre-orders have started. I'm also in the process of filling up my calendar for November because that's, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but it's National Family Literacy Month.
Okay.
And so I'll be doing like speaking engagements and going into schools and doing creative arts workshops and stuff like that to help with literacy and social emotional learning as well. Right. And the book will be a part of that. Right. So definitely reach out to me if you want to be included in that so we can go ahead and get a date and time scheduled and get you locked in to make that happen. But yeah, everything is at authorshamirrahhill.com. And then for people who actually want to help their child publish their book, if that's an option, then you can go to dgselfpublishing.com.
Wow.
Because that is something that we help with. We've worked with clients as young as 9 years old. So like we had a client named Mikey. He was 9 when he went through our program and he wrote a best-selling book, Amazon bestseller. He sold over 15,000 copies. Wow. He's 15 years old now and he's still getting paid off of what he created when he was 9. So he is like, is huge for his family legacy, definitely. Passive income, huge for his confidence, right. For a child to have the support of his family. And now he's doing like speaking engagements and people wanting his signature and stuff like that. Right. So yeah, it's definitely a powerful thing for families to get involved in. But,
definitely. And we interviewed a couple of natives. No, they were Indian. I'm sorry. I think they was from India. But anyway, they from the U.S. now. But they did a great book that they did, and they were 2 little girls. I think one was 7 and 9, sisters, age 6 and 10, and they used COVID to become authors. We just did a story on them. Anushka was one of them names. She was that very beautiful kids, man, becoming authors themselves, and I thought that was pretty. Speaking of what you were doing, so. It's a lot of kids is doing it nowadays, you know what I mean? And I think it's pretty exciting. I was playing with G.I. Joes, you know what I mean? I wish I had, direction like that, you know what I mean? So it's pretty exciting to see parents help their kids to achieve these type things.
Yeah.
And that's 6 and 10, you know what I mean? They have books published. And I think the other day I saw her publish a post that they're in one of the top sellers in the area. So it can be done, and you can do it. You can do anything you want. And people like this is a great example, and you are a great example.
Thank you.
Definitely. We appreciate you coming through. We're going to start it up and do a little bit of news. If you have anything you you want to say about anything, you can speak up on it. Just going to go over some local topics that's went through this week.
Okay.
So just gonna go to Habari News.
And now, this week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipling Ellison. Sponsored by
Nike.
Quit it.
I wish.
Right.
Oh man, that'd be these endorsement checks, man. Oh.
It'll be nice. But we have today in Habari News, we have Joe Biden. He passed a bill to lessen the
To decriminalize.
He hasn't really decriminalized it yet, but I guess he wanted to lessen the impact on the actions of marijuana and people getting arrested for small possession. He didn't put anything into law yet, but he did, I think, remove people's who had a history or any criminals on their records. He did remove that from their records. But he announced mass pardons is what he did for medical marijuana possession, a step long sought by advocates and most significant action on the marijuana. His administration has taken to date. He has also directed federal agencies to conduct a review of whether marijuana should remain a Schedule 1 substance. Advocates, lawmakers, and experts cheered the moves, but acknowledge there are limitations. Here's what Biden's order did or did not do. People convicted of simple possessions will be pardoned. The pardons won't cover any other marijuana offenses. It doesn't decriminalize marijuana. That's why I want to say that it doesn't decriminalize it. It doesn't change how marijuana is scheduled also. He ordered the Departments of Justice and Health and Human Services to conduct a review of whether rescheduling marijuana is a Schedule 1 drug, meaning it is in the same category as drugs like heroin and LSD and more serious drugs like fentanyl. According to the federal government, it has a high potential for abuse and no accepted medical value. And we all know this isn't true because right now we have 15, 20 states that has passed it for medical reasons. So the government is far behind on this situation, and hopefully this will get them to get into step what is going on in the 21st century, and they can get out of the 19th, 18th century, whatever they're in on these laws, which is pretty ridiculous. We've seen a lot of people still going to jail for these stupid things, and across the South, as the South hasn't passed any laws to decriminalize at all. So the federal government, they're going to have to step in and try to get this done, so people can stop going to jail for these stupid things. We have enough people in jail for stupid stuff. You know what I mean? So let's get these people out of here. And I just think that it's not in the league of fentanyl.
I've never seen anybody overdose.
That's number one. Right. That's number one. Hey, mama, what you want? Come on. This what you want today. Say hi, everybody. But anyway, so we got next we got Tex. We're gonna talk about Herschel Walker. I think I got a picture of him. We got Tex show family strife between Herschel Walker wife and woman who allegedly he paid for her abortion. Now, Herschel Walker is supposed to be an advocate against abortion. He's supposed to be a very strong pro-life. So finding out that he has he had an abortion should be a something that that kills his election tries. But nowadays, I don't think Republicans really care, man.
Elijah said, "Oh, a new co-host."
But Mr. Walker, he said, "I'm not saying that she did or didn't have an abortion." Walker told NBC News, "I'm saying I don't know anything about that. I don't know." Herschel Walker, the Republican nominee for Senate in Georgia, claims he confirmed for the first time Friday the identity of the woman who claimed he paid for her abortion 13 years ago when she leveled the allegations in the text messages of his wife. In a brief interview with NBC, Walker said this was the first time he knew time the woman who is the mother of one of his 4 children mentioned to him or his wife. about the abortion.
Didn't it come out too that he had also urged her to
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
second
And then it
abortion?
was like, yeah, and they today they were saying another woman also just came out, so it's not looking good for him, man. But he's gonna keep rolling with it. But I think Warnock probably is gonna win anyway. But we'll see how that works out. But from what I'm seeing, it's still a close race from what they're saying out there. But we're gonna keep an eye on it and see what happens out there in that race. It's gonna be important time to vote right now, man.
David said he don't believe him.
Nah, I don't believe him either. I don't believe him either, David. Would you stop, please? So we got in Arizona. We got what was it? Mark Kelly and Blake Masters. They had their little debate this week. You know, Arizona has always been a very, very Republican state. They're kind of nervous this time, you know what I mean? Because, we've been kind of leaning that way. But when you look at the polls, we're still pretty much a Republican state. We're just trying to figure out a way to make us more of a option when it comes to Democrats out here. I hope Mark Kelly wins, man. It's gonna be tough. We got to get this guy out of here, man. We got these people wanting to ban abortions and take away women's choices, and then they're just Trump vote backers, and they deny the election. Can you grab her, bro, and take her to over there? And they deny a lot of things. So it's been a lot of issues. Take it over to her, please.
Demi,
But
you want a book? Book?
yeah, Biden and others have been used as a let me see, as a crutch. They've been trying to use Biden as a crutch, and attacking him for being with Biden. But I don't think that's enough, man. I think that it's Masters has he's been losing to me when it comes to the visuals and the commercials and everything. They have a lot more to go after Masters about.
They have a lot of commercials. I've seen a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
I've seen the one on YouTube ads too.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
over.
Everywhere. I mean,
Blake Master is a
I can't wait till
weirdo.
it's over because I'm done. I'm done seeing the commercials right now. But we hopefully we can get Kelly in there, man, and hopefully the governor is also Democrat.
Probably one of the times I remember like seeing a lot of ads about an election was in Illinois was it was JB Pritzker or something was his name.
Oh yeah.
And he had ads everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like every YouTube ad was him.
Well, the Democrats have been outspending the Republicans by major amounts of money. So it's been a lot more Democratic ads and a lot more Democratic points getting out there. So it's still in the air whether we're going to lose the House, but hopefully it's a big fight still, man.
Right.
You got any stories?
Yeah, I do got a couple of stories here today. Let's see. The first story I have is we're going to talk about Arizona issued a stay for abortion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a territory era abortion law that was put into a temporarily on pause. The judge paused it yesterday afternoon, pending the outcome of an appeal filed by Planned Parenthood of Arizona.
Wow.
So they also have a scheduled conference for Tuesday to determine the course of action, including if the appeal should be accelerated.
Mm-hmm.
So that way they'll be able to go ahead and restart doing those abortions for clients and patients and the community.
It's tough, man. It's another reason why we got to get out and vote,
I mean, to me,
next year actually, yeah, I think I'll be able to vote next.
Yeah, man. And hopefully you go out there and exercise your rights and get out there and make sure your voice is heard. Right now, we're losing in the polls in a lot of situations, but I always think that there's the people who don't really pay attention that's gonna come out and vote. Hopefully, and we'll look a little better. And
Right.
what's your next story?
Because abortion doesn't just only affect women; it affects
Yeah, it affects men too,
everybody.
man.
It affects everybody.
Nobody want to be caught up. Everybody wants to be able to make their own decisions on when they decide to have a family, and
You know how many
having the
more
government in the room is pretty ridiculous.
Right. That just make you not even want
I
to.
see so many more like on Snapchat. You
Mhm.
see, of course, people post and stuff like that. I see so many more families now, like younger females having babies now.
Yep.
Since I see a lot.
Well,
I see
truth,
15, 16, 12.
the amount of kids having babies have been going down uh, a lot. It's been going down, man. The kids aren't having babies as much as they were in back in the day, 10 years, 15 years ago. But I would think the numbers will start to go back up with
With
not
this Roe
being able
versus Wade.
to
Mhm.
get an abortion. But that's in the states that don't have the option. But still, man, it's going to be tough, man. And a lot of kids are going to be in foster care and a lot of kids are going to
Orphanage.
be
Yeah.
Yep.
left behind, and it's going to be sad, man. But get out and vote, man. We could try to make something happen. You have anything else?
Yeah, on to some a little bit more cheerier news.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby's Burgers by Chef Bobby Flay
Oh, okay.
is going to be coming to Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport.
Oh,
The new
goodness.
restaurant concept will
I was about to
soon
get excited.
debut at Phoenix Sky Harbor International,
Mm.
bringing handcrafted burgers to the valley from the
Bobby Flays.
Bobby Flay's.
Mhm.
The burger Bobby's Burgers is scheduled to open at Terminal 4
Mm-hmm.
in the 8th concourse as part of the Crystal's Food Hall sometime in the first quarter of 2023.
Okay.
So probably by springtime we'll have Bobby's Burgers open.
Man, them burgers gonna cost about $27, man. Them burgers, man. The dog. I remember. I'm gonna age myself here, but I remember back in the day, man. We can go into the airport anytime. 2001 murdered everything, man.
Yep.
We used to be able to go to the airport, have burgers, chill. Now you can't do nothing.
Just go to the airport. Just go to the airport.
Yeah, just to be going, bro. We used to
Just
just go,
eat
just
the
to be going,
food.
eat food. You know what I'm saying? Watch the planes go off. Just be in there chilling.
Yep.
I
You
mean,
can't do any of that now.
we don't.
Can't
Yeah,
do
we don't
nothing,
do
bro.
that. We don't do that with airports, but we just go to the mall, just go eat.
Right. I mean,
sometimes.
that's what I'm saying. But
Like,
the
there be-
airport was
you know what
that
I'm saying?
type place at one time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These are the things that we're losing. We're losing freedoms, man, as a country. We don't realize it, man. The kids don't realize it because it's been normal, but we losing a lot of freedoms, man, because we want all these guns everywhere. We got all these crazy people, man. We can't do nothing.
Yep.
They
It used to be so much better to just walk around freely, man. But hey,
They said it's gonna include burgers, sides, shakes, and an exclusive breakfast menu.
sounds great.
that's steak and shake. I was like,
But yeah, man. You got Hollywood hotness?
Yep.
I haven't seen it. There's no steak and shake out there. Is it out here? Is
I
it?
heard no, they tried
closed.
it. It was whack. It was terrible.
That's where Tony
Get
used to work.
ready for the week's Hollywood
That was-
Hot
yeah, that was one of his
Mess
first
with
jobs.
Iesha Rowan.
This week, hot mess is none other than
Dun,
Kanye.
Dun.
Kanye.
Give him a
Kanye.
wah real quick. Give him a wah.
Let's get ready to play
Oh.
trivia for Loot.
Wrong button, people.
Sponsored by
Kanye.
Kanye West is saying that Hollywood has bullied him so much for supporting Donald Trump that he wasn't able to talk about it, which has left him wondering what's the point of being famous. Ye made the claim in the second part of his interview with FNC's Tucker Carlson, saying that it drove him crazy not being able to say he liked Trump.
I saw my post like from 5 years ago from me saying I was done with Kanye. Long time ago. No, I don't know. I don't understand, bro. I don't know. I don't understand what's
I
wrong
feel
with
like
this dude.
he snapped when his mama died. Like
Man, that's excuses. I'm sick of it.
that's
That's
My
what
mama been
everybody's
dead. Shut the
right.
fuck up, man. That's just I'm cursing to see it got me mad. I went the whole show without a curse word. Damn.
I did it. Then he just cuss again. Might as well let it
Kanye,
fly.
man. Kanye, dog. He makes me mad. He's so ignorant, man. Then he out here with Candace Owens. They got Erica Badu daughter out here.
Right.
Like, man, dog.
Ooh, I'm finna go tell
And he's like,
Andre.
please get him. We talking about we're against Black Lives Matter because they spent some money on a whole bunch of stuff they weren't supposed to, so we're against them. So we gonna wear White Lives Matter shirt. What? Even if Black Lives Matter did ignorant stuff, the hashtag was bigger than the people who were doing the ignorance, and that's what people don't understand. Ignorant stuff was not the hashtag. That was people. The hashtag is bigger than the actual people, man. But it was trying to say that, hey, we matter. Stop killing us. Now we're gonna make a joke about it. We're gonna do that's like the Blue Lives Matter. They made a joke of the situation.
All lives matter. People,
All lives matter.
that
You
was
know
a
what I mean? It's like
because that's
just
what,
y'all can't say that black people matter that much. Man, I already knew that when the name came out,
forgot
that
what-
people was gonna be upset because black people lives can't matter.
you know, Joyner Lucas. He came out with that "I'm Not Racist" video,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Y'all said all lives matter to because it's like a protest to our protest."
Mm.
Right.
So
We can't protest. They get mad. Hey, we don't want our people getting killed in the streets. Oh, right. What are you mad about that for? All lives matter. What are you talking about? And then he goes and put a White Lives Matter shirt on. I can't stand this dude. For real. I just, man, I don't care about people in Hollywood, man, but they be saying, oh, he's being sarcastic. He trying to prove a point. Man, I don't care what he trying to do. I dislike everything about Kanye, everything he proves, everything he's about, man. The only thing I care about him is dope is seeing a successful black man. That's the only thing. Everything else is 100% whack, man. He sucks.
So one
For
thing
real.
I will say about that from a social emotional perspective, part of social emotional learning is social awareness, like being able to see things from the perspective of others. So when someone responds to Black Lives Matter with a statement like "All Lives Matter," it's basically minimizing or invalidating
Yeah,
what they're saying.
right.
It shows that they're not able to put their pride and their perspective aside and
Exactly.
really understand, like, this is not about that.
It's not about that.
You don't need to overpower what we're saying.
Man, bro.
Or, it's almost like they take it personal.
They take it personal.
Like,
that
why
we
are you
saying
taking
that
it
we
personal that
matter.
we don't want to be killed in the streets?
I don't understand. And so many people took it personal. And so many people like, yeah, Black Lives Matter. They did some bad stuff. That has nothing to do what we were trying to make the point of stop killing us.
Right.
If they
Right.
took the money and did some dumb stuff, that has nothing to do with what we're saying in the main point of the hashtag.
Right.
Yeah, those people, they failed. They're people. They're greedy. That's what people are. You expect perfect people. This society now loves to be Monday morning quarterbacks. Sit back and talk about what people didn't do correctly and how they didn't do that correctly back then and they was wrong, and they love doing that. That's the end thing to do now. Tear people apart for decisions they made 15, 20, 30 years ago and try to put them in today's context and say this is the way, oh, he's wrong or she's wrong. We got to stop doing that. People make mistakes, things change, people are different. We have to stop. Kanye West is a perfect example to me of a person who just needs attention 24/7 and will do anything to get that attention. If he's against the black community to me this much and he feels as though he's being attacked for being Donald Trump and he doesn't see the racism and hate that came from Donald Trump, if he think this is all, I know he's narcissistic, but now it's just like he's insane. It's not about you, bro. This is bigger than you. It's bigger than Donald Trump. This is about race. This is about history. Donald Trump, him even saying the words, make America great again, is a connection to the ignorance of Ronald Reagan, the racism of Ronald Reagan, the deep-rooted hate from the Republican Party that's been coming back forever. We know what these words mean. And Kanye's supposed to be an intelligent guy. He knows what those words mean also. It means let's get rid of black people, put them in their place. That's what these words mean. Make America great again. That's what they running on these things, man. And he's joining up with them. It makes people really mad because we understand the forces that's behind all these things and what they're trying to do. And what are we trying? We just trying to get the same options and the same justice as everyone else. And we can't get that without someone famous like this going against the cause. It's ridiculous.
I'm curious.
Man.
Did you see his interview when he was talking about the school that he built, like after his mom, and to like make children well rounded and teach them the arts and all these different things?
Was it in China or something?
The Donda Academy.
Donda Academy, yeah. I was wondering what you guys think about that.
Oh, man, I don't know, man. It's just hard to focus on anything he does right because he does so many things wrong. It's hard, and I know it's all complicated. He probably does some good things with his academy and things like that. That's dope. You know, I agree with some things with him. You know, you're not, but the Black Lives Matter thing is so big that everything else doesn't matter anymore. Like, do you see how many people were in this? People died during those riots. The people who didn't make it home, man. It was a big deal. We got all these kids that we were out here fighting for, Michael Brown. All these kids that were dead. All these everything was about them. And we're making it about Kanye. He got a white light. Like, dude, it's about the kids and these people that were being killed, bro. Not about you. These people bullying me. Man, dog. I can't stand him, man. I'm done with Kanye. That's why I can't post about him. I don't even like bringing him up because he's so whack.
To me, how you an adult and you still feel bullied?
And you're rich.
I mean, you could be bullied as an adult. You can. Those are decisions that could be.
No, I'm talking about in the capacity that Kanye is saying that he was bullied.
He wasn't bullied.
Literally,
because nobody wanted to hear you say you don't.
You down with Donald Trump,
right?
A couple weeks ago, he was like, he was saying something, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not going to let people who's broker than me tell me what to do with my money," or something like. He was talking about Gap or something like that,
right?
And
yeah, that everything, dude. Look, man, he's an embarrassment. He's out here embarrassing himself. He's out here and he's making a fool of himself.
We thought Flavor Flav was embarrassing.
You know what I mean?
This,
Like,
no, I was like,
he's making a fool of himself. The way he's doing business, the way he conducts business, the way he throws all his business all on Twitter. Like, dog, why are you doing this? If you got a business with Gap and something is going wrong and you don't feel as though, why you have to put why?
He did it with Netflix.
He's just a
he does.
I don't even know
I think
why
he did it with. Didn't
why
he
do
have
they
a deal
with this dude?
Didn't he have a deal with Adidas?
And he talked trash about them. So he's online talking trash about
everybody that he partners with.
And people give him a chance, and then he trashes them. You know,
it sounds like exactly what Donald Trump be doing.
And it's like if they don't do things exactly the way he want them to do things in their partnership, he goes online and talks mess about him, talk down about him. Like I want the man to be powerful. I love it to see that, man. But the ignorance, why does that have to come with it? Why are you with Candace Owens? She's not black, man. No, she's against us. Her skin is black, but she ain't with us. She's against us. She's with them. And she would do anything in her power to make us look bad. Anything she could do to make us look bad, she's going to do it. That's her life. She hates black people. Black skin. She don't like her own skin. That's why she made sure she married a white dude and made sure she had a baby that's mixed and light skin because she hates her skin. Hates it. She don't like being black. That's why everything she do, she loved it when he was with him. She loved it. Somebody else gonna be with me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to like using the word coon because it's too many brothers who throw the word around way too much about anybody. They love throwing that word out. So I'm not gonna call either one of them that because I just think they don't like their skin, man. I don't know what's wrong with these people. No, black people aren't always correct.
David said Candace is confused.
I don't know what's wrong with her, dude. I just don't get it. Like, why are you against your people? No, we're not always right. Yes, we need to do some things better. But instead of y'all leading the way and doing and showing us how to be better, this is what you do. You turn your back on us. Yeah, slavery was a choice. we like the stuff they be saying. Like, what are you talking about, bro? It was a choice. Like, man, dude, I don't forget nothing that he have said. I'm not like the rest of you cats. Y'all just keep forgetting and going on. Oh, Kanye, he got a new album and forgetting. Nah, I ain't never forgetting what he said. Ever. Slavery was a choice. I ain't never, ever, ever, ever forgetting that. And he really believes it. And that's when you know that's straight up an ignorant person, dog. He just, our ancestors that we all be talking, he just disrespected all of them. He act like those people wasn't fearing for their lives. Like fear, like those people wasn't getting burnt and hung up from trees. He just chose to do it. He's ignorant, dude. I mean, it's so embarrassing that this
Whoever
is
did, if it was a choice, they try to run away and they got shot down.
right. So that's not a choice. Either to choose death or that. I guess he's saying choose death is what he was saying. But that's not a choice, dude. Death is not a choice. We wouldn't even be here if they all choose death. We wouldn't be none of us here.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a Kanye if they all choose death. Dummy. Man. The bravery was sticking through it and living through it and getting to it and getting their families to the next level and not giving up on us and letting the whole line die and letting us kill off our whole ancestry because Kanye said we chose that. Our whole ancestry would be gone. We be just gone. That's what we want. How would that be better? I don't get it. Man, dude, I just don't get it, man.
You'll go to a
Yeah,
quick commercial.
it's perplexing.
I don't get it, bro.
I just think that our people have been traumatized
Yeah.
on such a deep level. And when I think about like the whole Willie Lynch letter and like turning the dark against the light and the old against the young and all these different things, like you see the effects now. You see people who hate their skin. You see people who just so much division and dissension, and we were intentionally programmed to be divided and against each other like that. And it's sad. It's heartbreaking.
It is.
Like, I don't understand it, but I know that there's a reason why so many of us are traumatized and confused about our identities and things like that. So it's
tough.
just like trying to understand, how do we get there, and then how do we heal?
How do we heal?
How do we heal?
That's
right.
That's all I talk about.
Because like
heal?
it is upsetting this when it's like, why would you say that? Why would you think that? It's like our whole people has been traumatized. We got here for a reason. So how do we heal is like my question.
I think that what you say and what you're talking about, just being strong, to me, the people who came out of slavery, those people had pride in themselves. Them people, they were slaves, man. They came out, voted. They came out, became mayors, governors. They came out, bought land. They came out and they went into the American dream. I know we all look at it like, oh man, but dude,
They came out and were successful.
they were more successful when they saw more success than what we're seeing. They had more seats. They had more people in the House. They had people across the South. They had mayors. They did that. They were doing everything, man. They were out there making it happen. And now we're sitting around crying, talking about what we can't do and they came out the hardest situation ever.
And still made it.
And they bought land and they cared. They went and voted. They went into the military. These are our ancestors, man. This is what they did. We're still here. And I talk to people all the time, like, man, this system, we against it. Bro, we can't change the system from the outside.
At all.
You gotta change. If you want to beat this system, you want to make this system better, then you have to know the system from the inside and out. Somebody has to be inside that system to be able to change it. We need people that look like us in the top to be able to change it. It's not gonna change from the outside crying with signs. We need people who are lawyers.
Yeah.
We need governors. We need senators. We need people to vote. We have to buy into the system to beat it. You can't beat it from the outside.
We have to hold more local and state and federal offices.
Everything. Because we gotta have to have the power to change things. You have to go and take the power.
Right.
You want the power to all the people? Take the power. Vote.
And also we need financial freedom.
That's
Because we're
real.
limited in what we can do without the financial
Right.
resources.
That's real. But
So,
voting and getting people in there that care about where the resources go instead of the
Mhm.
resources going into the rich people's neighborhoods and
Right.
fixing their streets. We supposed to be fixing the poor people's streets who we know can't afford to get it done. But where all the money go? All the money goes to the rich people because that's who votes. That's who has the power because they're out there making sure that their senator know what they want. We just crying on Facebook. They actually calling they senator.
Yep.
Hey, Senator Blake Masters, we want my next door neighbor. They're telling them what they
Right.
want.
Right.
Not only are they
we're not
calling them, they're sending them letters,
they
Facebook
they hitting them right.
messages.
They on them
Right.
what they want. He knows what his constituents want because they're calling him and telling him. We sitting around crying on Facebook, won't tell nobody. We won't put nobody in charge. We won't put nobody on a pedestal to even put them in charge. Gotta have leaders, man. We can't tear all our leaders apart.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect, man.
Right.
Nobody's going to be perfect. Even Martin Luther King wasn't perfect because ain't no such thing as a perfect person. We just need good leaders. Let's stop tearing everybody apart
Yeah.
who try to do something. He cheated on his wife. Dude, I don't care. Is he a leader?
I think we could go a long way by just focusing on what we have in common and what we do agree on instead of all the
Man,
things that we don't agree
That's
on.
real. That's real.
Because we'll never find a perfect leader if we're just focused on like what they did,
Yep.
in this situation that we didn't agree on, and then everyone will want to do their own thing. And we have all these small organizations and all
Mhm.
these leaders, and we're not a strong force that we
Not a
could be
strong
if we all
force.
came together.
Right.
We have to.
Elijah just said, I'm not gonna say the first word because it's curse
Dang,
words.
Dip. You said dang. You know how many
said,
cuss words have to go around?
He said, that's a slogan right there. You want the power? Go vote.
That's real. It means everything, man. There's no power to all the people unless we're out together doing things as one.
Mhm.
That's why they always used to raise the black fist because it was supposed to be all of us coming together as one.
Yeah.
One. Not splintered, not shooting, not Draco-ing each other, not all this garbage that we're on. Kanye, he's my age in his mid-40s, and they're talking about he gonna bring up water, shine, puffy comes, and dog, I can't
Yeah.
stand this dude, man.
Did he I don't know
Like,
what he's
Diddy, like,
talking about.
Puffy, like, what the what? Like, dog, I'm just telling you that White Lives Matter shirt is bigger than what you making. You playing. And we trying to tell you this is not a joke. I don't agree with Puffy on many things, but this one, I agree. This is not a joke, man. We don't care what Black Lives Matter, the group, did. Yeah, they made mistakes. They did some stupid stuff with the money, but that has nothing to do with them kids dying and the police killing these people on the streets. Because
No,
this is what that was about. Not about them making money, what they shouldn't have. And we still put them in their place.
Yep.
We look at
'Cause
them
they-
like they're
'cause they-
greedy. We don't look.
They've been. They don't even.
Dude,
They're not even around
exactly.
anymore.
They made mistakes. They did some bad things. They was
They got
buying houses.
canceled
They were
quick.
buying houses, cars, instead of them putting the money back in the community. But this is what happens, bro. We can't diminish what everybody was out there fighting for because they made mistakes. And that's the main thing. Moving on to sports real fast. I think I'm gonna do the comic book.
Comic Book Corner.
Yeah, we had She-Hulk this weekend. I thought that was pretty good. We finally got to see Daredevil in Marvel. I thought that he looked
magnificent.
it really did let you know, man, that other people don't know what the hell they doing with their characters, bro. For real. Like, they don't know what they're doing with their characters. When he was with Ben Affleck and he played him, that was terrible. I mean, it was so bad. Just seeing when you see how he's supposed to be, and you see even the show, man, that he came from.
Hawkeye.
He didn't move the way he was supposed to move, man.
David
You
asked when
see
is
now.
Hawkeye coming back on. Probably not for a long time.
Hawkeye, the season 2. I don't know.
Probably
I don't know. I don't think
next
it's gonna
year.
be a season 2 of that.
Probably
I
not.
don't know.
Loki's just something different though, so that's why.
Yeah, Loki's gonna
Loki
be a
was
season
big.
2,
Something has something big in it. So
Yeah, and I also thought that. I also always thought that Daredevil on the other show got beat up too much, man.
He did.
I thought that
It literally was every episode he was getting his butt kicked.
he just got beat up. He got touched too much, man. Daredevil doesn't get touched like that. You're supposed to have high senses, and
Like
you know what I mean.
you saw how he dodged that arrow.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's supposed to have high senses and dodging
Like that Spidey
bullets
sense.
and right.
Like, oh,
Stan
And he
Lee
getting
said his hearing is stronger than Spidey sense.
right. And he's getting punched by dudes that look like me and beating him up. You know, I
Like
didn't understand
you
that.
remember Spider-Man No Way Home. He
Yeah.
caught the brick before Spider-Man could.
Right. Like, dude, he's supposed to be super raw. But you know, they was disrespecting him and other stuff. But they did a good job in the show, man. It was the best episode of She-Hulk so
was.
far. You got to give it to him. That was a really good episode. Can't wait to finale to see how it ends.
Oh yeah, the next episode. So they saying that old girl, her coworker, is the
Mhm.
villain of the whole story. Yeah,
She's the one that's getting everybody coming after and stuff.
So they're saying, first of all, so couple things.
You gonna spoil it for
stuttered.
everybody.
I stuttered a little bit. I'm not gonna do that. So you remember Scarlet Witch and I forgot what was it called.
No, bro, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, the show with Scarlet Witch. I can't remember what the
Okay,
WandaVision?
Okay,
that's what it is. So you remember Agatha Harkness? So they saying that never mind. Go
Okay,
ahead, bro.
there
I
you go.
stuttered hard,
Yeah.
man.
Let's get
It's
ready
early.
to play
It's kinda
trivia
early for me.
for Loot.
I should have got another hour.
Sponsored by
Anyway, I hit the wrong button. Werewolf by Night. I thought that was pretty dope too, man. It was pretty cool. I go watch that ASAP. Black and white. The cinematography was dope. Man Thing was dope. The werewolf when I thought was really great.
How they didn't CGI it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it wasn't CGI. It was a mask. But
It's
I thought he looked good. He did look like Teen Wolf a little bit though.
yeah, he did.
He did. He had Teen Wolf vibes. But I did like it. I liked the show a lot, man.
I like how they brought in the color at the end too.
Yeah. I thought it was cool, man.
They brought it back to a nod to
Yeah, the
WandaVision.
cinematography was
really good.
It was really
the
dope.
visuals were dope.
It was really dope. So yeah, catch that on Disney Plus. Go and watch The Werewolf by Night. I give it 2 thumbs up, like Cisco and Ebert. But anyway,
He too young to know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
whatever. You're whack.
I'm 17. What are you?
We got also I want to talk about Draymond punching Poole. Hey man, it was a pretty nice punch. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a decent punch.
He got a good punch in, man. Poole.
Draymond one of the biggest smack talkers though in the league.
But the thing is I heard a lot of people like, oh, he can't do that. That's bullying. But look, man, where I'm from, you don't run your mouth
And expect nothing to happen.
and yappity and don't expect to get punched.
I hear
Or punch
there's an
somebody.
old saying. Don't go around fire expecting not to sweat.
Man, I don't get it. He over there talking noise to him and didn't expect anything. And then when he came up on me, he pushed him. He should have gotten fighting stance immediately after that.
Immediately.
You know what I mean? Or you better get your hands up, bro.
Oh, you pushed me?
Right, you pushed him off of him. He should, as soon as he pushed him off,
he should have already known that he was finna get hit.
Get in fighting stance immediately. Because you just pushed.
Because there was no way. It's
And
like dude said the other day. He saw it coming.
And you know who's you're pushing. You got to know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I come in and I push the dude I know be beating up everybody all the time and don't expect to get punched.
He said, I'm like Mike now. He's like Mike now, right, coach? I'm like Mike now.
No, you're not like Mike.
He said, after that happened, y'all won a championship.
Hey man, it looks bad, but we know fights.
It's gonna blow over.
We know fights happen, especially in those with all the adrenaline and masculinity and muscles and sweat that's going on. It happens.
That sounds
gross. I used to get into fights all the time, man, playing basketball. I mean, all the time. I mean, you would foul me too hard and I might push you down. That's just the way I was.
Never mind. Keep going.
So I know that people out there talking noise, you can get punched out.
Right. And that's exactly what happened to
that's what happened to him. He got knocked out. But hey, I think they're gonna be good teammates and it's gonna be good. Everybody else like, nah, they ain't gonna be good no more. I didn't fought dudes. I didn't fought people before and we were straight. I don't know what you mean.
Right. It's more like a brotherhood in there. You know what I mean? Like brothers. Like a big old
man. We spent every day, all day together. We'll be all right. We fight all the time, man. It happens. people just, they flip out, they see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
Right. Hey, dude got stole on. He should have been talking all that noise.
Dude
Right.
got stole on.
You know what I mean? You talk big, you get big consequences. Hey, that's what I've learned. You better, you better shut it up, bro.
Stay out the kitchen if you can't handle
For
the
real.
heat.
I ain't saying dude was right. I'm just saying these are the consequences for running your mouth.
Right.
And I saw him run, but he was
Just-
running his mouth.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep,
okay. And then,
And then when it happened, you
right.
sitting there looking
and
stunned,
then
like,
the,
wait,
the
what?
main
what?
thing is you look at everybody else in the room.
He said, Draymond, he said, oh, you
Didn't
good?
nobody else move?
Bro,
Kerr didn't move
Steph
to
ain't
help him.
moved.
Steph nobody moved to help, bro. So they
Andrew
knew,
Wiggins did
They knew he
to
was finna get hit.
They was like, bro, you talking too much, bro. You about to get knocked out.
They was sitting there listening to that
Right.
conversation the whole
they was
time.
like,
They was like, they was peeping what was going
Right.
on.
And they was like,
It's finna.
you already know what's finna happen next.
We're gonna need a new six
Nobody
man.
was anybody surprised? Like, oh my goodness. Nobody had a
Nobody.
reaction like,
like 3 coaches came up. That was
right.
it.
Every all the players were just like, nah, this
Man.
Draymond being Draymond.
Yeah, we
You
already
knew-
saw it coming.
You knew he was gonna steal on that
Right.
man.
He said, what's that new meme going out? The more you round, the more you gonna find out.
You knew, I mean, for real. Come on, man. If they were surprised, they was like, oh my goodness, this never what?
Right.
We didn't think
Then it would have been a bigger deal.
everybody would have ran to him and like, nah,
If
man.
it was like Steph punching somebody, then that would be different because you don't see him
Right.
getting into it. You know what I'm saying?
But,
Much
hey,
of
man.
it.
Right. You don't expect it to come from
They
him.
must have
But when you
known.
expect it to come from
Like,
Draymond,
even
and you know
even-
that's what he's gonna do.
Right.
Then
Right,
Even
exactly.
at 2K, you hear them talking like they're like, oh, Steph is the model child. He's the superstar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, all right, man.
You go to the game.
Yeah, let's go to the game. I've cussed enough today.
You cussed like twice. It's okay.
Let's do it.
Time for trivia.
Let's get ready to play trivia for loot.
Go to a quick break.
Sponsored
Yeah,
by
let's take a quick break. We'll end it off with the game. Welcome back to Habari Live. We're about to end it off here. So we have trivia for loot. Good luck to you. It's on you.
Ugh. She don't even know.
Let's get ready
Wait,
to
I'm the
play
one answering
trivia.
questions.
you
for
have
loot.
to answer the question.
Sponsored by
They're all for you.
Good luck.
How was it?
Yeah.
And trivia for the
I wasn't ready.
Okay, we're doing this.
There are a total of 10 questions, and if you get 7 out of the 10 correct, we will donate to your charity of choice.
Mhm.
All right.
Question 1.
First question.
I'm sorry. She's like, I wasn't ready. She's like, I wasn't ready.
The authors of this book series share the last name of the characters.
Bernstein Bears.
Bernstein
Bernstein Bears.
You know that's not how you pronounce it?
You know what? I'm not gonna go to
It's
Bernstein versus Berenstain.
Yeah, right.
It's Bernstein.
I'm part of the group who believes it's Berenstain.
Right.
They're like, but that's a whole nother conversation.
That's crazy.
Bernstein Bears. What year was Peter Rabbit first published in color?
What the hell?
Oh my gosh, that is so specific.
Right.
Because if you know, when Peter Rabbit was first published, it was published in black and white.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't. We did not know that.
1970.
1939.
I already know this is wrong. I'm just gonna give a quick womp womp.
Oh,
1902.
wow.
19
It's
oh
way
Lord.
off.
Peter Rabbit was initially published in 1901.
So I'm confused.
All the graphics and the picture art was all black and white.
But what I'm saying is, what is Peter Rabbit? I thought that was Winnie the Pooh.
No, that's not.
What's Peter Rabbit? I don't know what that is.
We just gonna go ahead and go to the next question.
What is
on
that?
'cause,
You heard of that? Peter Rabbit?
Yeah.
What is it?
You
A
have
book?
to Google it and pull
They
up the
just
image
had
of
they
it.
just had like a couple movies of him come out.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
Like
sleep
James
on that.
Corden and
I don't know who Peter Rabbit is, man.
You've never heard of
How
the
you older
children's
than me
book,
and not
Peter
know who
Rabbit?
that is?
Right.
Who?
It's a children's book.
I've heard
Peter's
of
Rabbit.
Peter Cottontail. Is that the same person?
No.
I don't know, man.
Next
Don't sleep.
question.
have mercy on me, have mercy on
This
myself.
is the only state where
Wow.
billboards are illegal.
I've never been good at trivia.
That's
Utah.
hard. That's a good guess.
Kansas, Hawaii.
Hawaii. Wow.
Wow.
I should
I
have.
wonder why.
Hawaii
Well,
does not want
Why?
any billboards or anything like that
to take away from
to
the
obscure
the view.
the view.
Yeah.
Their view. Just like we have here in like Scottsdale,
Yeah.
where the buildings
Scottsdale do
can't
not
be
want
more
their
than
buildings- Yeah.
3 stories high,
They
so
don't
that way
want
you can still get that
still the
scenic
mountains.
mountain
Okay.
view.
Yeah, they do not play that.
Mhm.
Wow.
Answer this riddle. I am circular, but not edible. I keep things moving, and I usually come in 4s. What am I?
Wheels.
Yeah.
Wheels is correct.
She is wow. Pretty good.
On average, Americans do this 22 times a day.
Check
Curse.
Facebook.
You got to check Facebook, curse.
Go on Instagram.
Maybe
Go on social
like
media.
scratch an itch.
No.
I'm gonna say no. We're all wrong.
Open the fridge.
22
Not me.
times?
You
I do it
spelled
more than that.
Y'all go in the fridge 22 times a day?
That's
Ain't that right,
crazy.
Aunt?
Oh my God.
Huh?
I said I do it more than 22 times.
I don't know.
Wow.
This metal was invented by Harold Brearley
That's
in
wrong.
1912.
Briarly.
Brearley. Brearley.
1912, huh?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't even know the different kinds of metal.
Stainless
Stainless
steel.
steel.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, steel had been around. I knew it wasn't steel because I'm like, it couldn't be steel, but he made stainless steel.
The crayfish isn't a fish at all. It's related to what animal?
Shrimp.
Roaches.
Oh. Yeah.
Rodent?
Oof.
No. Jimmy was the closest with shrimp.
The
It would be lobsters.
Yeah, they're the roaches, man. Lobster's a big roach too.
Yep. True or false?
A big roach too.
A scientific study on peanuts in bars found traces of over 100 unique specimens of urine.
That's gross, dog. Oh,
True.
bar peanuts.
Oh my God.
False.
False. Good. Good.
It's probably a
Y'all-
lot. Even if it's
y'all
not
probably-
100, it's still probably a
Oh,
lot on
that's
there.
the-
Y'all sitting there think I can see it on y'all's face. Ugh, I'm not ever touching a bar peanut
Right.
ever again.
I wouldn't in the first place.
Ooh, I know this next one.
That's gross. Dog.
Like we should know this one.
All right.
Yeah, we know this.
He created peanut butter.
I know.
George Washington
Yeah,
Carver.
that's the man. The only report that I turned. What? How did you get that wrong?
That's not wrong.
It's Hawaii.
Trying to take away from black people. Wait, was he
It's
He
in
black?
Hey,
is,
hold
he
up.
is black, first of all.
Okay, never mind then.
First of all, I did my Google before I even put it in the question.
What?
I made
George
sure
Washington
I-
So
Carver.
he created the oils from the peanut.
Yes.
That's what he created.
George Washington
So
created-
Yeah, so he
created
created
peanut
the peanut
oil.
the oil that came
Oh.
from that, which
Ah.
created.
Mm-hmm.
Then why all these books in school talk about?
I messed that up. My bad.
Well, we already know the answer.
Yep, messed it up. So anyway,
So anyway,
Thanks for playing. I think she got 3 right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
More than anybody else.
yeah,
Really?
not enough. We thank you for playing though. Thank you for coming. We loved you. Having on your energy is beautiful, and we wanted to give you another chance to shout out your book, tell people how to get it and how to buy it and everything else. And if they want to follow you, tell them how to follow you.
Sure. So my book can be pre-ordered at authorshamirrahhill.com. That's AuthorShamirrahHill.com. My Instagram is at author at underscore. Oh, I'm sorry. At author underscore Shamirrah underscore Hill. I'm also on Facebook as author Shamirrah Hill. And then my website that I own with my husband that helps authors turn their manuscripts into published children's books is dgselfpublishing.com. So that's where you can find me. Again, reach out if you are interested in me coming to your school or youth organization to do a social emotional learning through the arts workshop. If you want to do it in November, particularly, then I can definitely do something that also is in alignment with Family Literacy Month. I love helping teachers and youth leaders and parents to empower their children. So reach out, let's get it on the schedule, and let's help to empower our next generation of leaders.
Man, that is awesome. And that's the reason why you are will have nothing but success, because you do it for everyone else. And that's really, really amazing. And we really appreciate you coming on. You're a great person. And peace. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Holla,
All right.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habarientertainment.com. See you next week. Peace.